Fish, by the way.
Who?
The
Fish. I like
greater
it.
set, greater than, less than, greater than.
Yeah.
We are live. Welcome to CEVO TV. I'm Cotton. My partner is Klops. This is week 1 remake or redo of the regular season for CEVO-P. You're watching Denial and SapphireKelowna.com. Both of them, their debuts in CEVO TV and CEVO-P. A slow play for Sapphire Kelowna. Little odds, not what we were expecting. 4 stacked up.
Talked about aggression from Sapphire Kelowna. Look at Cutler right now; he's pushed way up.
Yeah, we're talking about aggressive B play, but it's the team that we did not indicate that was going to do that. We have a casualty and a trade, so not so much affected thus far. The rotates are happening, and Sapphire Kelowna is content to just take it instead of looking for the counter rotate or the swing back correction. They do it the moment I call for it. The bomb's coming up all the way back. Look at the mini map here. Clay, that's a textbook over. That's a ridiculous over rotate.
It is a bit ridiculous. The people on the site should have been able to let them know, hey, they aren't fully committing here. But they went ahead and went for the full rotate anyways, and the terrorist should be able to get the bomb down.
Sapphire Kelowna, totally surprised that they took the site without even the slightest bit of contestation. They're looking around being like, they all rotated? Seriously? Ocean fires a couple of shots that may not have registered here. It looked like it grazed the top of a couple people's heads. JDM takes down CEVO-Pro. Actually, apparently wants to be known that way. Else loses it, and there's no more T's left on the field. A defuse here after a successful swing back. Clay, when you throw that many people out of position, you kind of think that you had that round won.
I mean, there were still a lot of CTs left. A lot of it was a 4 versus 3, so I mean, they did have the numbers advantage. So retaking A site shouldn't be too difficult for them, but they did net the bomb plant down for them, which is going to give them some extra money if they can't pull off these eco rounds going into the 3rd round.
So will they? Will that be the scenario, or is this going to be an eco round win? Because we've seen plenty of eco round wins as of late.
We have seen plenty of eco rounds wins, and we do see the CZ on Fish, so he's going to definitely be trying to trade out some kills here, and will most likely be successful. That gun is pretty powerful in up close trades. If you want to take someone down, buy a CZ.
That's true. Down the lane, deep nade for the T-ramp. I'm not necessarily a subscriber to that notion. You need at least 2 to try to get the kill, because otherwise you're taking an unnecessary, very dangerous risk. But on pistol round, you can get away with it, or an eco round, for example, you can get away with it. They do some damage at the hay bale side to Fish. SK's Fish with his CZs down to 27 before ever having engaged. Excuse me. Ocean now leading the charge is going to come up to mid. He's going to wait for someone to cross and X-peek with him. X-peek being like a 2-way, I just made that up, a 2-way peek looking toward Argent Porch. JDM has no regard for his own life. He has nobody supporting him until he goes down. Somebody at the art side has taken up his cause to not let his FAMAS get dropped or exchanged and given to the other team. Cutler turns the corner, and Mose, with the assistance of Hazed, will bring down everybody. Only 1 casualty on that round. JDM with his very aggressive push doesn't really matter. He only has to rebuy, and the rest of the team is good.
Yeah, they played a passive approach in A, deep in the site, and pretty much only had people watching from Archway. And then you had the guy playing in the cemetery position watching the porch. So they had it covered very well, and, could just wait for Sapphire Kelowna to come to them, and that's exactly what they did, and came out with the win right there. And we are seeing that 3rd round buy from the bomb plant money collected on that 1st round.
I just had, this one little notion while I was talking last round about we've been casting for so long, and we've played this game for 12, 13 years or something like that. I realized I don't have terminology for that one peak that you do at mid when 2 people go back-to-back against the walls and they both peek porch and arch at the same time. It's been happening for a decade, and I don't have a name for it.
Yeah, I don't either. I think just call it like a crossfire pick or something in mid. So
cross peak. First kill, Fish gets lucky, and another nice spray there. JDM gets 3 tapped. Hayes will respond and trade out Ocean. It's 4-3. T's have the site and the bomb plant and position, and that last point has to be the most important. Recovering that pit side and the port side and the site and looking for this lurker is highly stressful work. CEVO brings down 2. Cutler's alone with 15 health, and he's got to practically eco now because he's got an expensive kit. Look, armor, helmet, kit, 2 flashes, and M4A4. And like we prescribed, he's out of here. He needs this one for the next round.
Yeah, he's definitely going to want to save and hold on to that, because looking at their money, it's most likely going to be an eco for the CTs, and I would bet they're probably going to put maybe 1 in B and then stack A, or vice versa. That's what we've been seeing a little bit here and there. from these teams. But yeah, nice round by Sapphire Colonna right there. That third round buy from the money from the initial bomb plant. They took A very nicely, got in the site and got the bomb plant. And you know, the entries from Fish from from the balcony position is really what solidified that round for those guys.
Yeah, just to stir up some conversation right now. I'm thinking to myself, this is not the gun round, right? We're gonna be one round away from a proper gun round, but this is the round you can kind of analyze what the teams like Denial right now are going to be doing on an eco round here. They're going to be sending a single pusher. Sapphire Colonna had to have known that. The next round we want to look at is really the advanced development of the rest of the game. You're going to see players default positions where they like to play, what they're going to try to push, and that's where Clay and I do the most of our analysis. I'd like you guys, if you want to contribute to us so we can check out what you guys have to say and keep an eye on whether you guys should be CSGO analysts. 4 in the banana, bomb included. There's only 4 on the field as Else went down very early, but this numbers advantage at the banana makes it as if there was no kill to begin with. Now there's an M4A4 on the field. They can't recover the weapon, the AK that they stripped from Else because it's so far removed. They think people are still an alternate. We know better. But if they use their numbers advantage, run over B, 4-2 is great odds. They're going to fake mid, smoke, and flash it. Denial sits pat, but they have a swing player sitting in the swing, and the number 4 man's already moving. Hazed already knows is firing through the smoke, may pick up this kill on Fish, gets one, still spraying through. He wants to pick up that gun in the smoke, and they being SK, should not have let them. Around the corner, only one left, and Chims fails his team. 4 alive for Denial. Really, really impressive eco.
Yeah, it was a very nice eco, and I think it all led from that push by Lucky from the apartments, and Sapphire Colonna should have been, you know, on top of their game looking for the pushes because they should have known that it was going to be an eco round from the CT since they got that third round win. And then Lucky just came out those apartments, picked up 1 kill, and immediately ran back, forced that kill, and they knew that they had the well, not the full advantage, but somewhat more of an advantage going on from there. And then they played it really passively in B and the rest of the sites and just waited for the team to come to them, and it worked out really, really well for them.
Guns being traded back and forth here, and we've yet to see a proper gun round, which is odd, right? We are into a 5th round. There is no gun round. These rounds are getting traded back and forth. JDM knocks down CEVO, and Fish, who wanted to probably joint take this room, cannot because he's blocked by an op. They'll have to wait in that boiler and try to come up with another course of action because they can't come back out to mid lest they be opt in the back. They don't know because they have no vision. But JDM could peek them at any time. Hayes fires first and picks up 2. Lucky and Cutler help out with the others. That one went quick, 4-1. Please, God, give us a gun round.
Yeah, I think we should be looking at one right now. They're going to buy up full AKs, and maybe CEVO's thinking about an op? Nope. He's not. But yeah, nothing too special about that round right there. Just an eco round where the 2B players pushed and got an op kill early, and that set the tone. Really made Sapphire Colonna have to commit to a rush going towards porch side, and that once again that passive play from the CTs just really helped them out on that side.
3 are going to be pushing banana, and here comes the initial engagement. Lucky did not execute perfectly, and he gets caught with the assist between CEVO and Fish. He loses his life, and the banana push still continues. 2 in the banana for the CTs, coming down and making sure that there is no purchase for the T's should they want to pursue a B route. They'll have to go to A or have to deal with the confrontation inevitable at... Wow! Hayes flicks Chims. Chims gets blown away, a gush of blood, and that reflex is what separates this team and makes them LAN worthy. Remember, their performance at the most recent ESEA LAN, quite impressive, really. I'm sure you recall that one, Clay.
Yeah, they did very, very well in that. Like you said, that flick shot just shows how skilled these players are, and they're really a threat.
Yeah. Now the reverse. Sapphire Colonna thinks, well, okay, last time we fake B went A, this time we fake A and go B. They've chosen, right? Only one in B, and that person in B is playing the new box back left. He's called for the swing position. The number 4 man sprinting to help him, but he may not get there in time. They need to kill Cutler before he gets help. Otherwise, it could be all over. 1 in CT firing in on them, and there's no smoke to bring them any sort of respite. They need to plant this bomb while totally visible. 3-man retake for the CTs. 1 will come CT, 2 will go construction, no doubt. Here comes the retake. It's totally doable, considering that the utility nades available for the T's are poor. Else nails a critical headshot. Hazed goes down, 2 alive, and op in an M4A1. Else steps out, takes a deep breath, but does not align his shot. CEVO gets the first, looks toward Barbecue, has one above him, and dropping down FNS, I have to tell you, that was really lucky that you put a bullet on anybody while falling down.
Yeah, it was, and that was a very nice take by Sapphire Colonna. I mean, good defense there by Cutler as well. He traded out 1 for 2, did his job, but I mean, what's the fun?
FNS at the end of the round is just spinning around being like, I don't see the op. Where's the... I don't...
Looking for the op. But
How
yeah.
many times have we done that?
Oh, quite a few, and I'm sure everyone has. But anyways, like I was saying, good defense there by Cutler, trading out 1 for 2. I thought the round was going to easily be taken by Denial after that, but Sapphire Colonna held the site pretty well, and they almost actually took it. But like you said, that falling kill by FNS, which is
wow.
too much.
2 eco kills here, and Hayes runs with his knife out, gets caught, and ooh, nice tactical extinguishing of the smoke. The rested weapons are being turned on the CTs now as they turn around and try to turn train on the CTs. No, 2 pinching. Cutler and Lucky have to do a lot of killing versus some weak Ts. 1 left for the CTs. Cutler with a full kit, and he is out of position. He's at mid, his shadow's showing, and he brings down 1. CEVO is facing off against one of the stairs that he knows is there. He knows one's in the sight. Unfortunately, the way this all panned out, Ocean was left with the bomb, so he has to figure out a way to get his teammate to him. He's got to figure out how to do all these logistics and not get killed by himself, and we know Fish is on the far flank. Cutler also knows this, and his anticipatory skills are superb because he's about to land himself a kill. There it is. 1-on-1. Both players not doing so hot, but Cutler really limping. He's at 10 health. This is just this is all game awareness, Clay. This is just really, really basic instincts.
It is, and you know that's all he has to go with right now, and he seems to know where this guy's gonna be coming from. Wow, comes up big with that kill, coming out of the boiler and secures the round. I thought that round was for sure going in Sapphire Colonna's favor, especially after they got the eco kills in B. But like you said, Ocean had the bomb, and I don't know if he was AFK at the start of that round or what, but he just lagged behind the rest of his team, and the pushers from A just cut him off, and they couldn't get that bomb into the B side and get it planted.
A heartbreaker round, but for Cutler, a huge spiritual and emotional boost. Huge stealth clutch, right? That wasn't the flashy, I'm killing 5 people like I'm in a 1.6 frag video. That's like, I'm sneaking around this map and I'm smarter than you kind of clutch. Those feel equally as good. 5 alive for both teams. Op on the field in JDM's hands, and we by the way, we called the op, and JDM was not the person we told anybody that he was going to be opping, so we had our information incorrect.
It happens.
It happens. Oh well. Incendiary in the hands of the B defender, and Cutler gets a blind kill. He backs up. He's trying to use the smoke to leverage his position. He brings down 2, trades out before Ocean gets him. 4 alive for the CTs. And SapphireColonna.com, their rounds are so close. They're getting so many kills, but they fail on the very last person, and that is starting to bury them. 7-1 if they lose this round is going to be very hard to climb out of. Flashes for the pit. Lucky's advertised where he is. Hayes in the double pit looks will trap everybody, and that double pit is becoming more and more common. It's catching everybody, though it shouldn't catch everybody. You know, everybody should see that by now.
Yeah, well, I mean, just for the fact that, you know, the standard play in A, excuse me, for the CTs is to have 1 towards Arch and then 1 either playing porch side or 1 playing apartments. So you got to account for those 2 guys that should be playing apartments and porch side, especially after you take out Cutler, who is playing in the archway, which, by the way, I got to say, nice job by Cutler right there. He was playing the aggressive point, and I'll let you take it away since kills are happening.
JDM fires 1 shots, drops back to the next firing position, which is likely the cross at the end of the yellow car area. He's going to be waiting at the main. They'll drop back now all the way to their far back positions, most likely, if you take a look at the minimap. Spools and or construction. Maybe double spools. Never even seen that before. Denial has seen this reverse. They've seen it happen before. They are not afraid to exploit the tendencies of repetitive strats. And if SapphireColonna.com chooses to be predictable and go back to their first strat, they're going to find 3 CTs waiting for them at A. It's not going to be a fun time. A re-smoke for the CTs here. FNS drops back to the new box. He'll wait, bait himself. JDM needs to hit a shot, and 1 more if he can trade out well enough. 3 for him on the round, almost at a quad. That's the kill that he needed. FNS has brought it down to just 1. So what? What?
Was that through the smoke?
What? Why? Yes. Did you?
I was on the other guy's. I was on FNS's perspective because he was actually in the site fighting these guys, and then Cutler just all of a sudden the terrorist died. So
I'm sorry for you at home who missed that one. Cutler literally just stared at the smoke, randomly pointed his crosshair in space, and fired and got a kill. That was pretty ridiculous. 8-1 is the score. Money situation looking a little bit dire for SK, but they have a losing streak bonus, so they'll still be able to buy. They'll buy scantily. $0 for Ellis, by the way. JDM gets an early pick, and the sort of play that we typify... Oh, there's the buzzsaw. Hayes at the top of the boiler brings down Chims. The type of play that we typified SK with is now being employed by Mousebaz, who's playing very aggressively, not respecting Sapphire Kelowna's offense at all. FNS thinks one's in boiler, has the guess correctly, has 2 on the round, looks for 3. Tivu has him caught. There's the kill, but surely with 4 left on the field and his position revealed, it's pretty much all over, right?
Yeah, most likely he's revealed position. Like you said, they get the flash in there, and Hayes goes and hunts him down, takes him out. And man, these rounds, you know, a few of them have been close, but I mean, I feel like there's been a few mistakes where Denial has been aggressive quite a bit, actually, in this game, where they send one guy pushing, and he ends up getting a kill, and that just swings around completely in their favor from the start. And it's really been a problem for Sapphire Kelowna. They aren't really paying attention to those pushes or those potential pushes, and they're getting caught off guard quite a bit, it seems like.
Now, Sapphire Kelowna seems to be relying very, very heavily on aim, and some of the things that you're prescribing could be fixed very easily with a utility nade. Somebody flashing somebody in, somebody doing a sound fake, and then peeking another direction. Those things are simple things to fix, but those are things that more veteran teams like Denial, who have been in Invite for a considerable amount of time, they do them. And SapphireKelowna.com, they're going to be spending this season learning hard lessons, I think.
Yeah, I think they will, but it will be good lessons, you know. If they review their tape and pay attention, they should be able to pick up some good things and become some really big competitors out there. So.
Yeah, you can tell in their aim. They're ready in terms of the aim prospects of the game. They just need to tighten up some screws. And if you're at all impressed, let's focus on some positives right now. If you're at all impressed on Hazed, the second coming of Shroud, like we might have advertised, on just Denial's high level of play, it's going to be good to watch, because after this, they go warmed up into their next game versus United 5, and that's going to be a test and a half.
Yeah, we saw U5 play last week. Oh, man.
16-14, they lost to Unoya, or Manajuma.
Right. Yeah, it was a very, very close game, which was surprising since, you know, U5's best map is Inferno, and I thought they were going to do a lot better. Of course, Unoya is not anyone to mess around with, but yeah, I mean, it was a little bit
I had come out in public and said if Unoya tried, they would be a ridiculous team. Irakanji, D-Born, that squad is loaded. They just need to kick themselves in the butt. So 10-1 in the half, and Denial is avalanching, absolutely piling on the snow, putting it all over Sapphire Kelowna. And if Sapphire Kelowna can win out, they post a respectable half. But let's be realistic: if they win, chances are they don't win all out, and they stop their losing streak bonus. It's going to be a really, really tough sled to push.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting how they play on CT side, because you did mention they do play quite a bit aggressive here, but I mean, it doesn't seem that way so far on this T side. They're getting pretty much getting picked by people who are playing too aggressive at the moment.
I think Sapphire Kelowna for a long time has been playing teams that are probably beneath them in terms of their stature. They get a lot more respect when they play against CT side that's not an invite level. But Lucky has been coming out of the apartment and bulldozing people. He's been pushing, spraying down one, at least trading himself and dropping out if he still lives. And Sapphire Kelowna is aghast. They're just like, they don't respect us. They're pushing like they're in a pub and just wrecking us, and it's throwing off all our strats. You recognize this, and that can really throw off your game. One behind the fountain. FNS tried to get the better of the attackers, but he cannot. SK takes the site in style. They have 4 alive, and they're in great shape. 2 alive for the CTs. That's JDM and Hazed. That's an AWP, an AK, and no flashes. You can tell that they're really not even going to try for this retake. I'll tell you right now, if a single person dies, the other person's escaping with that AWP, but I'd be surprised if either of them comes into this site. 10-1, they have money to throw away, so it looks like they'll try it. Here's the trade, and Else transfers his spray. Hazed will not be able to trade. That's 10-2. You've got some money, you got a bomb plan, Clay, but you don't have any breathing room. If you lose now, you've pretty much lost the rest of the half.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're in no position to be losing any more rounds here, especially if they want to even have a chance at coming back in this game. They really need to win out here. That was a really nice little high-low stack they did in the construction site to really throw off the Denial rotators right there as they try to retake. And as you were talking about, you know, hey, they're probably going to save this, but I think Denial is just, you know, feeling so far ahead right now that they felt like they could just go ahead and go for it.
Yeah, JDM will throw a nade precisely where it needed to be, does a ton of damage, leaves Chims at 75, Else at 31, and Fish at 85. If he had a doubled, maybe there would have been a kill there. They seem to have SK's number, and I think a lot of it has to do with the lack of sound fakes, right? They walk up until the point of attack, then they make that footstep, and it's a clear indication that we're coming, as opposed to the more veteran teams that'll have a footstep here or there to just get somebody to throw a nade, have a footstep here to get somebody to throw a flash, to make the fight a little bit easier. You see teams like U5, you see teams like IVP and Cole use those sound fakes more often. SK is used to, we have these strats, we do them, we get in, we make these shots, and then when it doesn't work, it looks to, you don't see their faces or anything like that, but it looks to me that they're a bit surprised. Do you get that impression too?
Yeah, I do. Most of their success has been at B, even though they haven't realized that, and they've been, constantly trying other areas. So they're not fully giving up on their strats, but yeah,
wow.
They haven't been putting together. That's the problem.
Here's a full-on commit to A. Chims came screaming around that corner, not even stopping and looking for anyone in the pit. Lucky happens to still be in the pit, anticipating Fish coming up over the top, but could not get his crosshair placed correctly. 2 alive for Denial. They know that they have some wounded T, so this will almost certainly be an attempt at the retake. FNS comes around the port side, looks at the graveyard. He has to know that Fish is there. He's giving away his position. He thinks somebody's in the pit, so he plays a little conservatively. No kill for him, no joy. That leaves Cutler versus 3. He's got full health. He can totally do this. There's 1. There's no 2. Ocean gets the better of him before he could transfer his spray. 10-3 on the half already.
Well, they're doing a good job of winning out these last few rounds. I mean, that's 2 in a row right there if they keep it up. Like you said, I mean, it's not anything to write home about, but they will be staying alive here and stay floating and have a chance to come back here on the CT side. So let's see what they can pull up here in this second to last round.
The chat is complimenting on us on our deep encyclopedic knowledge of the game, but they're calling me Rambo, so I'm ignoring them. There's no Rambo here. 5 alive for both teams. First nade's in. That frag nade probably intended to detonate over the top of the sandwich spot in case somebody was playing there. A gamble there doesn't actually reveal anybody or give any results, really. No damage taken whatsoever. FNS and Cutler just kind of standing out in the open. No smoke to give them up. There's the bedroom executioner. Lucky gets Chims. There's no smoke there. That was surprising, and that could have been an easy pick and an easy death. Sapphire Kelowna capitalizes just like I said it, apparently. And there's now 4 alive versus 3, but that 4th Fish not doing so hot. Deep Molotov, probably, judging by the trajectory, intended for the Spools player, but there's somebody in the barbecue waiting for them. Cutler's just standing out in the open. And when we said no respect, we meant no respect. None whatsoever. People hiding in smoke, people standing out in the open, no team flashes. Just hit your shots, get done with the half, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they were attempting to do a, commit to B and then get the fake going and get those guys planted at A, but that Cutler hiding in smoke at the barbecue, spraying through, taking down one of the entry fraggers, really put a damper in their plans, and then once they committed to B, the CT guys felt no reason to rotate, so, I mean, you got to be a little more cautious there when you see your entry man over at B when you're doing a fake goes down and you're trying to take it at the same time. So
this is the hardcore version of how do you do Welcome to CEVO-P. These teams have probably scrimmed before, right? They probably have been on client scrim together and kind of bugged it out. But now that there are actual standings to be risked now, I think SK.com is finding out that it's a little different.
Yeah. Tifa's going to go for that save, which is expected. Looking at their money, it's going to be here. I don't think they're going to be able to. Well, they have to buy out. Obviously, it's the last round. I'm an idiot. No, yeah, they're going to go out for a full buy here. I lost track of the rounds there.
We dramatized a bit of how well this half went for Denial, and they're playing exceptionally well, right? They're a strong squad, and clearly they have the track record to show that they should play this well, but if you win 4 and you win the pistol round, it's not over for SK.com. It's definitely not.
No, yeah, if they get that pistol round, they could get some momentum going, win a couple.
Oh no! Oh no! Lucky gets 3, and that one just puts all of this last round into the laundry hamper. Just clean it up, get it out of here. Tivu and Ocean now have to make some huge plays, and L's just raffles. He just cannot believe that Lucky just came out with the window peek.
He's been doing it all game.
So he's been pushing. I know. I'm frustrated too. I'm frustrated for them. And I think somebody was anticipating him coming out of the apartment side, down those stairs. But, oh, Tivu just gets shot in the ankle.
That's just one of those things, though. I feel like if you're going up alternate, you got to have your eye on the apartment at all times.
Somebody, right? Somebody.
Yeah, somebody's got to be watching it.
At this level, Okay, anyway, Ocean trying to clutch the round, spraying while being completely blind. Hayes will get the better of him, 12-3 on the half. Denial leads by a bunch. You're watching CEVO TV. Some of you are going to commercial, and those of you who are sticking with us, thank you all for joining us this evening. Please do follow the channel if you haven't already. The match coming up after this is the continuation of the Denial saga. They'll go on to play United 5 on DE Cash. Is that right?
Yes, it's Cash for the second week. That's going to be the week 2-1 matchup for them. And hopefully it'll be more even-sided. I know Cash is obviously a more even-sided map, so we should have a closer score there.
Statistically speaking, even-sided. Yeah.
But also just in terms of skill matchup, it looks like Sapphire Kelowna is probably a little bit outclassed here in terms of skill going up against Denial, the former Mouse Spaz clan.
I'll be honest with you. I feel that Sapphire Kelowna has it. They just need to have that one season where they kind of get broken in, you know?
Yeah, and like I said, it just seems like they're kind of having a little bit of sloppy play here. I mean, Denial was so aggro against them on that CT half. Pretty much every lane would take their turns being aggressive, and they were trading out quite a few players there when it shouldn't be happening.
It was literally a seesaw. Which side is going to push us? At the beginning of the round, Else eats one right through the neck, and he's left with 9 health. He's got teammates called over. They're coming for the fast the fast rotate. The B defenders left their spots and realized we shouldn't. We should really back it up. The T's are spread out. They've seized a lot of the forward real estate for the CT side as they've decided to play passive this round. They being SK.com have decided to play passive this round. So they're just waiting right at the brackets, as iBuyPower will call them. We'll call it T-mid or mid-intersection. Else makes good on his trade. He had very little health. The fact that he got a kill is a big play for him. And Cutler catches a reloading Chims. 3-on-3. They know one's at the default plant position. He needs help because he is really without help. The first rotator gets taken out. Cutler knows what the last one is. CEVO was too predictable and gets Glock 9mm for dessert. 13-3, and this one, if it goes according to plan, this one's just about wrapped up.
Yeah, that's most likely the nail in the coffin for Sapphire Kelowna here on this match. Pistol round, they're most likely going to be able to roll that into 2 more. I mean, we have seen eco rounds, you know, so don't be 100% on that. But, I mean, it's just, you know, they have the gun advantage. They should be able to do it as long as they play it right.
Well, we shall see if they play it right. SK.com is stacking A. They're sending an aggressive apartment pusher who's going into the T side apartments? No. He'll go toward alt mid and wait in the corner. Nobody knows where he is just yet, so we'll see whether or not the number 9 man gets a sneaky P250 kill. Default look for Denial. FNS does check the corner, and he's being very thorough. Brings down Else, and a AD kill will frustrate Chims, no doubt, as he's pierced, headshotted by FNS at the bottom of the stairs. So 2 left for SK.com. Their hopes for winning week 1 just slightly dwindling down. Ocean with 3 health. CEVO. Okay. CEVO grabs Cutler by the face and face plants. That was a good kill. FNS gets another 3 on the round for him. CEVO, another one. He's locked onto heads right now. 3 kills for him. Looks for the clutch. He's got 1 right below him. Oh no, I thought he was gonna get killed there. There is 13 health and 2 health respectively for the players, and CEVO has no idea. Oh, he's got the huge flick, and he'll get the defuse. You know what? If you are going to lose this match, at least lose it in style. Get some highlight kills. There you go, CEVO. Way to go.
Wow. And you know what? Denial was doing such a good job of playing that round right there at first. They waited for the pushes. They were getting picks, using their guns to their advantage. And then, you know, we had a push from Banana, get a kill from, I didn't think it was FNS. And then CEVO just in the apartments being a total ninja. And he just faces that guy as he comes around the corner, man. Wow. And like you said, he was pretty much locked onto heads the rest of the round right there, just headshotting everyone with that AK. And, man.
That's personal validation right there. That's when you know that you did something right. And that nade should have done a little bit more damage, not thrown deep enough. Only registers about a total of 7. Oh, no, there's some hidden damage there. About a total of 10 damage across the team. Ocean will peek, has this feeling that somebody's behind him, and he catches Lucky, who flanked all the way through construction. JDM will try to make it through the same pathway through the construction, but the rotates have been called. Ocean knows what's going on. CEVO gets his just desserts as Hayes repays him for last round. Ocean's gone, 3-on-3, some weak T's left, and it's down to this retake. Else has the position. He knows one's on the barbecue. Nobody knows where that back left player is. Hayes happens to be pushed up against the quad. Wants this first kill. It's 1-on-3. Hayes has one, looks towards CT, almost has the two, gets pierced. He is down. It's another round for Sapphire Kelowna, and the comeback's not on just yet, but, you know, every round you play in its own silo. You treat it round by round, and then you start building something.
Yeah, they almost ecoed themselves. Denial did right there, so nice job. I was a little confused about what they were doing with Lucky right there. I think they tried to, like, sneak him into construction with some flashes, but just didn't work out for him. They knew exactly where he was going with that. I was surprised that the rest of the team wasn't following him, so that's what they must have been doing.
So, let me know. What do you need to do on SapphireKelowna.com? Now it's a full-on gun round. You're probably not going to get a Denial who's super sharp on their strats right now. They're just trying to run you over. How do you counter that?
I don't know if I would be playing aggressive just yet. I think I would really just focus on holding your spots, you know, using your utility nades to slow these guys down, and making sure you have proper callouts and rotates going so you can hold the sights.
Denial catches SK.com peeking, 2 down as they tried to defend the arch and the port side. Else holds on to the smoke, has to make a huge play. Everybody knows where he is, and Hayes will get him as he's flashed and stuck in smoke. That's probably the worst combination. CEVO and his teammate, Ocean, will come through the same firing window. Typically, we don't advise this because of the yields here. The statistical yields of you actually succeeding at this same firing window re-entry are extremely low, but they managed to do it and do it in style. So now 2-on-1. CEVO trying to save this gun round. He's at the library side, tucked into Moto. He's trying to fight FNS, but he's so pinned that, oh, never mind. He's so pinned that he couldn't actually escape or land a shot. 1-on-1, can he clutch again? Goes for the USP pull and loses it this time. FNS and Hayes with the assist will bring him down 14-5. We are on to the game points. Excuse me, the tie point.
Tie point, yeah. And that's most likely what's going to happen because SK is going to have to save again. I mean, we saw this situation before, so don't put it 100% past him, but I think Denial should be able to pick up this round. Cutler actually only able to... Oh, no, someone bottom it. Okay.
I'll tell you their mistake right now. There are 3 5.7s and no CZs.
Yeah, we see 2 of them actually who could have bought are buying, so they're actually going for this. They don't want to be playing for a tie here.
I'm a very, very, very adamant subscriber to the CZ power. They are not.
CZ is quite good.
CZ is ridiculously overpowered. Chims wants to step out, and he caught the man looking at the wrong time. Well, FNS was looking at the right time. For Chims, that was the perfect time. He couldn't recover a gun, however. He got a little spooked by Cutler, who was standing up on top of the hay bales, or the wheelbarrow, or the wagon, depending on how you call it. 4 alive for both teams, 2 rifles, and SK loses a pistol, or CEVO goes down right at the steps. 1 more at the spools. Ocean, piercing headshot, is also out of the game. Else and Fish left to retake versus 4 fully armed T's that can flash them out should they try to retake. This one looks like it's a very, very tall order, especially now that it's down to just Else. The number 9 man is at the blue truck. He really has no reason to save unless they're going to play for the long-range tie, and he will. Wow, that's not what I was expecting. It's going to be 15-5. Else is content to hang on to his M4A1.
I know it doesn't seem probable to go for long-range side, but I mean, it is the right choice most likely here.
Yeah.
You're down 4 versus 1, you know you don't want to lose, so yeah, go for the save, try to get the time. It could happen.
He doesn't even save the M4, however. That's got to be a little bit disappointing. Let's see how much money is left on the field. Not a whole lot, Clay.
Yeah, one thing, we saw 2 of SK buy M4s right there, and then they put both M4s in A. I would have figured you would have split them up, 1 in each site, since, get a little bit of better coverage, make sure you can't be ran over by AKs going into B, which is exactly what happened. So, not sure why they elected to do both guns in the same site right there.
That's probably a calculated risk, If we have to make big plays, it's going to be very, very hard to split up our M4s and try to come away with a win here. So let's take the gamble and try to win like that. And you know what? It really, really didn't work. And it has a lot to do with the fact that Denial really diagnosed the situation, fought some pistolers, won 1-on-1, and it was just, it was part bad gamble, parts good execution. Early smoke for the pit. Second smoke for the actual pit itself to fall into the pit. That will make it very hard for the pit defenders to fight anybody. L steps out and peeks far, far too wide, but he actually picks up a P250 headshot after letting his recoil scale up. Steps out on top of the Moto box, brings down Hayes, 2 for himself, 2 alive for Denial. This round looks okay, still alright. If Tivu can just hang on at the library side. One-on-one, Tivu's got Cutler dinked. Fire on the ground. Cutler thinks that he can ward off his opponent just a little bit longer. One-on-one, a full health pistoler versus a rifling Cutler. Remember, it's an AK. One tap means it's all over, but Tivu gets the better of him, who has been in clutch before. 15-6, defeat staved off for one more round.
Yeah, not giving up just yet. They want to go the distance, so they took that round quite nicely here. So should be able to see a full buy for the most part from SK.com. So yeah, a couple Thomases, but they should be okay. No, not a lot of nades. I hope they spread those nades out rather than just stacking them all on the same site.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to have those utility nades at A to stop them from just easily taking that site, but we'll see if that's what they do.
New players will often haphazardly buy nades and then misassign them to sites here. You gotta have a oh, what were you doing, Tivu?
I don't know. That was very strange.
Oh no. There was the executioner. They saw him right before they turned the corner. I was going to say, new players oftentimes misallocate, new IGLs misallocate nades to different sites. They don't give them to their support players. You really got to make sure that you have the right personnel lined up with them. And SK.com, they do a great job after making a horrible initial defensive hold with their retake and their nades and smokes. It's probably partially due to what we were just talking about, the allocation of assets, but more than that, it was good shooting that round.
Good shooting and good rotate. The 2 from A came immediately after those first 2 died, so quick rotate ends up with the help defending the site, and they get that good crossfire going from CT spawn and the back of the site there, so it worked out well for him.
Yeah, here's another long range kill. That bomb gets dropped, and that nade for Cutler is going to do plenty of damage if he doesn't escape. He does. Oh, that was a dink. That was a friendly dink that just got Fish there, and he's down to 36 health. So I got to say that there's a nade that these teams have both been throwing. They're throwing a deep nade down mid toward the that underpass pit and past the lamppost. It's a good nade to throw. The difference between their nades and the best nade to throw down that lane is it's not pointed at the T stairs. It's actually thrown line drive down mid, and what's happening is that it's actually just doing 2, 3, 1 damage to the people coming up the ramp. It needs to be pointed down toward that ramp to do effective damage.
Yeah, but it's very, very risky trying to throw it down the ramp to do max damage, because you could easily get picked by the terrorists if you were just caught out with a nade, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they kill Lucky, who tried to come through the smoke by himself. They call for the rotates as well. They finding that FNS and his teammate are both at A. So FNS, excuse me, his teammate's gone. It's just FNS who's fighting by himself in the pit. He knows somebody's nearby him. He's being very, very cautious. I don't know that he knows Fish's position. There you go. SK's got 8. And if you see the final scoreline here, if it was 16-8, for example, you would think that this game was not so lopsided, but it's a little bit of a different story. The comeback, however, it's looking more and more possible. If they can just win this round, Clay, if that's a forced eco, bomb plant or not.
Yeah, it should be a forced eco. I mean, they might be coming up towards the losing bonus, though. They've lost quite a few here in these last few rounds. And SK has just been doing a great job of holding on. Denial, maybe getting a little bit sloppy, a little bit cocky here in these last round here.
If the winning streak keeps up for SK.com, they're gonna have. First of all, we're gonna have to pull up the graphs because we need to see that that polar, that cosine shift to see how dramatically this had changed. Early pick there for Fish. He's left out of position. I'm surprised that he made it out of there. Everybody was gunning for him, and no AK bullets found him. He finds himself alive and in the pit, still wondering what in the blue world just happened. Fire on the arch side will prevent anyone from crossing over, and this first A take stalls. It stalls badly. Great hold by SK.com, who has everybody alive, and Lucky coming to rejoin his teammates. Looks like everybody wants to commit toward A. L springs down hazed. 3 alive for Denial, and this is the round that they really need, because if they pick this one up, they've probably got another eco following this. Lucky gets dinked as he brings down Else. He has a total of 10 health left, and he's finding some CTs. 1 at Moto. Chims will step out to support his teammate that Lucky thought he had zeroed in, but he did not. 2 left on the field for the T's. They've taken the A site, but they can't necessarily hold it as such because the retake is fast. Chims has the bomb site planter and the man in the pit. A double for him. He almost ran right into his own death. That frag went off just around the corner. A defuse here makes it 15-9. And an eco, let's take a look at the cash. Did we predict this? You got it right, Clay. That eco round bonus and the bomb plant kicked in. They're at 4K, which for T's means they can buy.
Yep, and I mean, Sapphire Kelowna is still doing a great job of holding onto these sites. They're playing very passively, just waiting for the terrorists to come to them. They're not doing anything crazy or aggressive, which is exactly how they need to play if they want to try to get this tie. And also, the rotates from them have been very, very well. You saw that quick retake for coming in from those guys. They got on that really quick, and as soon as the bomb went down, there was 2 people coming in on the flank, and they were just bombarding that site.
Yeah. Denial's been stonewalled. They're at the cusp of winning. They just can't get over the hump, and they have their guns, but they only have smokes this time, so they'll have to wall off and hit some precise shots instead of moving people off their spots like you traditionally do when you have flashbangs. CEVO steps out through a dummy flash at the back of Barbecue to blind people coming in. He wanted to get an early kill, but he doesn't find anybody there. Default look for the T's, and for Denial, default's been 2 in banana, 1 holding mid, 1 or 2 pushing up the to the jump window or the apartments and trying to find an early kill. No results yet. SapphireKelowna.com sits back on their heels, waiting for the round to come to them. First engagement looks like it's amassing around the banana. The bomb is lingering in banana, and it seems as though if they had their first choice, they would take the bomb banana. 4 in banana now, and practically the strat has been declared. Here comes the run through the smoke, an unconventional call, if still effective. 1 kill for Ocean, a 1-tap, 2 1-taps for CEVO, and this round and this take has been stymied for Denial. If he can just hold on to the site, there's Chims on the turn with FNS, and last but not least, if Cutler goes down and they save the 3 remaining guns, this is a huge win for Sapphire Kelowna. Cutler doesn't want this to end just yet. This party's still going for him, 12 health or not, he gets taken down. CEVO, huge round, 3K, and 2 of them were gorgeous 1-taps.
Yeah, and it looked like Denial actually has noticed, you know, the rotates coming in from Sapphire Kelowna and decided that they need to try to keep people at A if they're going to take B. And that's what Cutler looked like he was doing in the boiler. He was making his presence known so that not Sapphire Kelowna, so that Denial could fully take B 4 versus 2. But the hold in B was just too good from Sapphire Kelowna. They shut it down nicely, and it left Cutler alone by himself trying to clutch.
Sapphire Kelowna's interpretation of the defensive meta includes a lot of fire and a nade that blows Hayes sky high. He does a little bit of a cartwheel back. FNS wants the 1D. He may get it and just wings Fish, who will not contest it. Again, remember, Deagle's practically 2 shots if you put them both on the chest. Definitely a 1-shot if you hit him in the head. Like that! Els gets 1 shot. He just needs 1 more. Fish will bring him down. 2 left for Denial, and JDM is just barely hanging on by a thread at 4 health. So the flank will get 1. There you go. Ocean had a hard time picking up that one. Cutler knows he's surrounded. Gets dinked. Tries to turn, can't pick it up. 15-11. And Clay, in the first half, I misspoke. I will admit it on stream. I said SK.com looked a little bit out of their weight class. And surprise, they're not.
I mean, I don't think you misspoke. It was an accurate assessment of what we saw in that first half. They really, I mean, they got pushed around and bullied. Their T side, I guess, just not that great on Inferno, it looks like. But their CT side, they seem to have it down. You know, which, I mean, that's not too uncommon where we see from teams who don't really have a good T side or don't have the strats needed to get round. So their CT side is just looking a lot better, and I mean, obviously the comeback seems to be happening. So
yeah, maybe come day for the CEVO land when we ask which map they banned Inferno.
Because it could very well be.
Yeah, bomb is alone in the apartments. This is something I really don't like. When that bomb is on the far side of the map, almost by itself. This makes me so uncomfortable as an in-game leader. I gotta tell you.
Very dangerous. And when you're that guy who's carrying the bomb solo and you get killed and then the bomb's in no man's land, you know, you just feel like an absolute scumbag. So, yeah,
my bad, guys.
Yeah.
No, you have to.
Could end up horrible.
This is a match situation, and this is an official match. So you think that if he has the bomb, it's intentional, and the IGL called it that way. A nade careening around the right corner doesn't do any damage as the terrorist ducks back into the boiler. If you call that as an IGL, that's all on you. But we don't know who called it. We don't know if this is a good idea or if it'll just turn out to be pure G. What? Els backs out being like, bro. That's my spot.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna put this fire right at your feet.
It's just gonna be a little toasty. You're all good. Flashes over the top. Here comes the charge with the smoke denial. Want to charge through smoke quite frequently here. Ocean has the better of one. There's two in the site. They've killed one. They think they paused. They think they paused. Apparently.
No, server.
No.
Don't do
it. No.
Don't do it. What time is it? Did it go over the rental time? Did they only rent it for an hour?
Oh my God.
That would be absolutely horrible.
That's true. They started the match late. If they didn't rent the server for long enough, they could have run out of time.
Oh my goodness. You should go check match calls.
Oh my God.
And we fully timed out. Oh, no.